Here we are inside the Earthship. Little update. Been just hustling. It's cold outside, but everything's coming together quite nicely. Nika's been working on the rocket stove, so she's been mudding that tube, basically where the flame is going to be spitting out, and that mud is just pretty much going to be insulative. But also just so the heat is just more concentrated in the tube and hits the top of the barrel. And then it's going to go right out that exhaust tube and out the door. Or not out the door, that's out the side. Maybe, yeah, there'll be a door there, I think, eventually, maybe next year. I'll cut out a door, so then there's a door on both ends for airflow and stuff like that. This is what I was working on last night. Putting in all this glass, so now we actually have more of the first greenhouse here kind of made up with all that glass. There's a couple spots, still got to put some glass there, and then I got to deal with this area here. I'm not sure if I'm gonna put some glass or some wood. I know that tube's gonna be buried a little bit more so, at least in this area, and then it'll be kind of like partially buried over in that area next to the big giant tub. But we definitely want a lot of the heat to escape out of that tube and be in, come to inside instead of going all the way outside. So leaving that tube kind of exposed will kind of help just dissipate a lot of the heat inside instead of it just traveling outside. So, but we're off to work. Another day at work. It's morning time. It's sunshiny. We got a bunch of light in the Earthship here, and this is the beginning kind of the first greenhouse here. There's definitely still a bunch of stuff to do in here, but getting the glass and just kind of enclosing everything is kind of like the first step, at least for me, because at least in that way, once it snows or rains, any more weather elements won't be affecting me in here. So I'll be able to kind of work away. Nika and I will be able to work away through the wintertime here, stoking the fire with the rocket stove that she's tidying up there, and spray foaming. Yep, lots of spray foam. Yep, thanks Luke for bringing that spray foam up. Shoot, I forgot to bring these batteries in. I'll have to charge those batteries as I kind of ramble on here, but this is kind of where we're at. We're almost pretty enclosed on the inside. I mean, there's just a couple little things I need to button up. Like I do need to kind of get more materials so I can pretty much board up where the solar panels are. Like that's really not ideal to just leave open. Those panels are really thin, so it's like just cold. Hot is the hot air, if any that we gather in here, is just going to get seeped out through those solar panels, basically. Just because they're so thin, they're not going to hold anything. Not going to hold any heat in, basically. But for the most part, today should be a really nice sunny day. You can the windows need to be cleaned. I just brought those from outside last night, so it's not like they're squeaky clean. But you can still see, outside we got some blue sky. It's going to be sunny today. I think it's going to be almost 60 today too, which is going to be awesome. We got some more siliconing to do outside on the panels and on some of the glass. But I'll probably mostly be working inside here for a little bit, at least, just to at least get this inside more buttoned up now. The whole Earthship is pretty much enclosed for the most part. So now I definitely want to get this, the second, the main area kind of enclosed. And we'll be, days like this, it'll be super hot in here. We'll be gathering heat and hopefully will be holding it. Yeah, Luke, thanks for getting these windows. These windows are really awesome. They're heavy as fuck, but they're really thick, so they definitely should be able to help kind of hold the heat more so in here. Yeah, it's not like I necessarily like planned on how the windows were gonna go from the beginning. Honestly, the framing and stuff, my big posts and stuff right there, I pretty much just laid those out. Like, I just laid those out in a way where I thought I'd be able to fit windows. Basically, I had no windows at the time of doing this, so I had no measurements really to go off of or anything like that. So I'm actually like really happy that I had to do a little bit of tweaking for those top windows. They're just really tall, so they kind of overlap, ever so slightly, and the bottom ones too, just so I could make it fit. But honestly, for not having an idea of like the windows and stuff I was going to run into, I don't think I did too bad for the framing. It's a little bit of like puzzle piecing together, a little bit of Tetris, but I definitely think it works out. Everything worked out. So now it'll be to button up that end, get that window right there, get that one installed, and then get the rest of this area installed. I'm not sure if I'm going to do wood or put glass right there yet. I'm not 100%. I do have extra glass, so I was thinking I might as well, especially for this other side here too, putting glass. But I'll be updating again soon. Since we're working more inside, I'll be warmer. Hopefully I have a little bit more time to do more updates as things kind of move along inside of here. Because we'll be doing... Nico will be finishing the rocket stove, so we'll kind of get the rocket stove set up so we can start having a fire. We'll show you guys a little bit maybe how that works and whatnot. But then after that, we've got the garden beds to dig. We've got mudding to do. All those tires got to be filled in with mud. So everything that we're going to be taking from digging the garden bed, basically, that's going to get stuffed into those tire gaps to help fill in, as opposed to me just using spray foam, a huge amount of spray foam in one tire space. So that's the update for today. We're off to work. We've got more glass, and it is looking beautiful with the sun shining in, as well as beautiful Nika.